start my shirt.
Yeah. Can't start my shirt. Do you fuck your dad or not, dude?
Right. This isn't even funny. Tearing up. I can't do it.
You tell a story like old people fuck. What is happening, dude? What is happening right now?
Normally a good storyteller, just giving too many details.
Anthony, Blake, and Dylan, the cold slice. Ooh.
Welcome back to another episode of The Cold Slice. Jesus Christ, starting off strong. If you haven't already, check out our Patreon. You can follow my stand-up comedy career, all the bombs, all the doing all rights. Basically, I'm kind of posting it there to kind of just... I view it for myself, too, on top of that. You know, I get to see, like, who laughs at what. It's kind of a mental note. But anyway, there's a bunch of content... or there will be a bunch of content, and we'll continue to post content on our Patreon. It's $5 a month. We're also selling stickers, so it is thecoldslice@gmail.com if you want a sticker. We're selling them for $5 each. I'm willing to negotiate. And
should we give our Patreon members a sticker?
Why would you say that? Cut that. Cut that. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, yeah, if the Patreon members want a sticker, we'll give you one for sure. As of today, right now, if you're a Patreon member, you will get one. If you're watching this in the future, I cannot make that same deal. No. That's just, you're giving them a month for free.
Sorry.
What are you doing over here?
I was just trying to entice people to be a subscriber.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, so by the time, if this video comes out, you have a week until our next episode. We will give you a sticker if you become a Patreon member.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, there we go. All right, fine. We cut a deal for you guys on the podcast. We didn't even discuss that before you said that, but
I just went for it.
Here we are. Anyway, definitely check our Patreon out. We're posting content on there fairly regularly now, I suppose. Also, check out our last on-the-go episode with Ghost Runners Brewery. We did an on-the-go episode, and then the podcast before this, we actually talked about what it was kind of like in there and how we fucked up a conversation with the bartender, who was very sweet, and we were just nervous. So for this episode, we actually went to, as you guys have probably seen already, we went to Heavy Metal Brewing, which is located fairly close to Ghost Runners, I want to say. Kind of in the Mill Plain, or is that Mill Plain or Fourth Plain? Anyone remember?
I want to say it was Mill Plain. It's Mill Plain.
Yeah, okay, straight out of downtown. It's like past Clark and stuff. Yeah.
It's close to Vanco driving range, I remember.
It is close to Vanco driving range. And you know what, boys? I actually posted that message I sent you where I was like, Vanco driving range is closing.
It's devastating news.
It is. It's awful. It's awful news. I posted that on the Reddit page. And like I think as of now, we're at... Our karma has only gone up on Reddit, which is what they call the upvote, downvote.
Oh, good.
System. So that's been really cool. That's not why I posted it, but it is very sad to see Vanco bouncing out like that. I mean, the owner is in his 70s or 80s maybe, but he's always been very sweet. You know, when we go to hit some balls on their driving range. So... anyway, so yeah, it's Heavy Metal Brewing is extremely close to Vanco. It's this cool little spot. It's pretty unassuming. It's in kind of a strip mall sort of area. Definitely give it a goog, and like you can Google Maps it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's at the far end of a strip mall, and you walk in, and it's all just like 80s rock and just rock in general, kind of themed. Obviously. If you want to know what we're talking about, watch that video. I may post a little thing down in this area, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a lot of work.
You might just be making hand gestures this time.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely check that video out. Subscribe if you want to see more of that. We did what we always do, and we got a pepperoni pizza there, so that was good. Mm-hmm. We got some beer there as well. For Whom the Bells Pills.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
It's close if it's not correct.
Yeah, it is close if it's not correct. That was a Pilsner that we got. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I really liked about the pizza at Heavy Metal Brewing Company was something we've been wanting for a long time, which is the frickin' herb crust.
Yeah.
The
They did. They have that.
seasoned
The crust was great.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was awesome.
Yeah, and this particular pepperoni was, it was a spicier, on the spicier side rather than the sauce being like sweet like Ghost Runners was, which I also really like. This one was more of a spice-oriented sauce and pepperoni.
I agree. Yeah, you know what? And you're remembering more than I am about it. That's for sure. But now that you're saying it, I'm like, yeah, you're right. That was like definitely a more spice-oriented.
So say the pepperoni and the sauce had a little bit of a kick to it. Which was nice.
A little kickstart my heart to it.
Yeah, nice. Great reference there.
Thank you.
There's a lot of 80s butt rock going on.
There was. I'm all about it. 80s is my
good.
favorite era. Like,
Yeah, it was good. They actually have a real Gibson guitar up on the wall with 3 pickups on it. It's like a custom thing.
You said that, and I was like, oh, it's a good. Okay.
Normally,
Like, that's a thing?
Normally, if they put something up on the wall like a guitar, it'll be like an import guitar, like an Epiphone or a Squire, which are like made in China. But Gibson is made in the USA. So unless they put some sort of copy headstock up there, but it said Gibson on it and it looked legit. So that's a really nice guitar.
What was it just the Gibson hanging, or was it like a record behind it?
No, it was just the Gibson.
I was like, I'm trying to think back, but I feel like it was just the Gibson.
It was above the.
I don't think you need a record behind that one.
Yeah,
it was a
fair
nice
enough.
guitar. But it was above where they keep the beer. That spot is really cool because you can like buy not just like from their tap, but they have like cans.
Yeah, they're kind of like a bottle shop almost too. Like,
Yeah.
it's a brewery.
On their website, they do mention that they're a bottle shop as well, which becomes very clear as soon as you walk in. You know, it's like you've got the bartender there, and then to the right of that is the bottle shop. So it's like, you know, you're walking into like a gas station or whatever, but you know how they have the setup anyway.
Dude, I love that concept. Like, I think that's so cool.
It's awesome,
You're
dude.
like, oh yeah. I mean, obviously have our beer, but then also check out this giant stash of beer that we like that you guys should buy.
Yeah, well, it's like you
walk
get
out with a 4-pack or 6-pack or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not there for like if you live in the neighborhood and you walk in and you're like, there's no 7-Eleven close to me or whatever, like you just walk in, grab a pizza if you want to. Otherwise, like just grab your 6-pack and get on out of there.
And they sell kegs.
Yeah, that's
too.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in front of us was getting a keg, and we were happy to wait.
I was gonna say they were pretty
all
busy
about
when we walked in there. There was a few people like picking up kegs, so it must be like a
thing. Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I definitely get the vibe that Heavy Metal Brewing is a real neighborhood kind of hangout place. You know, like I'm sure people know about it that don't live in the neighborhood, but if it were my neighborhood, I would be there all the time.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
I would say it's like a masculine storefront, but everyone's a sweetheart there.
Yeah, definitely. That was a weird way to put it, but yes. They're masculine on the outside.
Makes you stand up a little straighter.
Yeah.
And once again, these guys made me ask if we could film in there.
And you did.
I did. I put on my big boy pants.
You did it when we couldn't do it, and we appreciate you. Real man of genius. Real man of genius. People in their car are like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was a really cool spot for sure. I had a lager that I do not recall the name of. I will put that up like right above my head though. As soon as I get onto editing, I will put that up there. I don't recall the name of it, but I do remember it was really good.
Did it have a fun name?
Yeah, it did. Oh man, dude, I want to say it had something to do with Kickstart My Heart, but I could be thinking of another beer they have there.
Kickstart My Shirt.
Yeah, Kickstart My Shirt.
I'm just imagining that intro of the guitar. But it's like deep farts.
Yeah.
Potty humor.
That's Anthony's favorite.
I love that shit. Only at the dinner table though.
Literally.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so I don't recall the name of it. I will look it up. I will put it up there. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to Heavy Metal Brewing right now a little bit by not remembering it. But as you guys know, you're well aware. These guys are well aware. Everyone in my life, I make sure is well aware. I am a lager guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't fuck around with IPAs anymore. I will have a sip of them every now and again, but I'm like, give me a couple lagers. Like, let me get like 6 of them in me, and then the night's starting. You know what I mean?
Put me to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, man, they were fucking great. I love that place, and I would hang out there all the time if I could.
Yeah, we learned that all pilsners are lagers, but not all lagers are pilsners.
We did learn that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what the difference.
I don't know
was.
why. Yeah.
I think we were just curious. We're like, what is a pilsner?
Yeah, because he was. I think maybe the bartender said something like. I don't know.
Well, I think he
I don't
gave us
know.
that mystical answer, which is like a great answer, but like, I mean, we don't have any
What does it
context behind
mean?
why.
Like,
So
I
now,
don't-
yeah,
like, I
now
don't
we
know
got a
geometry,
deep
dude.
dive.
Yeah.
So someone should let us know why, but don't make us feel stupid about it.
Well, maybe do, but leave it in the comments either way. You know, let us know what the what's the difference. I'm never gonna Google this again.
We're ready to grow.
Yeah, yeah, we're ready to grow. We've learned. Yeah, it's a solid spot. We all really enjoyed filming there. Definitely check that place out. Like I said, it's over on Mill Plain. It's kind of up the way. The turn is pretty sharp off of Mill Plain. You gotta catch it at the right time. But the pizza is fantastic. The ambiance is pretty fucking cool. They even have their karaoke nights are something else. Like they have like lasers and like I think I want to say I went there one time and there was like a fog machine going off and like so how fucking cool is that? Like you get to go. It's a Friday night or whatever, and like you want to sing karaoke, or maybe you just want to like be a part of that scene. So you show up there, and then you walk into lasers, someone's screaming Motley Crue, and then you got a fog machine going off. Like that's pretty sick, dude.
It's pretty
awesome.
sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You need leather pants.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they have live music there too. I've seen some friends' bands there. It's a fun time. And they have like a big projector screen that they always play the 80s hair metal.
Yeah. What did you write down for that?
I said it really like it makes me jealous of their range because these dudes are just like like way up in there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Fucking
yeah. What
throat.
song was that was playing?
I don't know.
Like, there's no way.
It was interesting because it was I wouldn't call them like B-level bands, but it was like bands that you would only know if you lived through the 80s. Like they're not
Yes.
they're not the hits,
Right.
but they're like the deep tracks. And I've never been so jealous of someone with a tiny ball sack.
I know. It's so funny, dude. The 80s were just a wild time. Like, we were watching these guys do their thing, like, obviously 40 years ago or whatever.
You can see their nuts.
You can see their nuts through
Barely.
their tight leather pants. And it
They're
was
there.
just wild. It was just like, that guy looks more feminine than you would ever be allowed to get away with these days. Like, even if you look pretty feminine these days, like as a guy, you generally look kind of hipsterish, you know?
Right.
Like you're not walking around like that. I've only ever known one person who has tried to copy that style, but even then they were wearing like the Stetson-ish kind of hat thing. So it was like, you're still trying to look like a hipster, you know?
Interesting.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but
We're judging you 80s.
yeah, yes, we are, dude. Yeah, that was wild, dude. I mean, like, who was that band? Do we remember it all?
Was it like Steel Heart or something?
Yeah, I think that was
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is it.
I think you probably could have just put 2 words together, and I would have been like, yeah, for sure, dude.
No,
who
but
it
that's
was.
definitely
It
it.
was
yeah.
like Iron Lung.
Yeah.
No, I think that's,
Was it Iron
I
Maiden?
think that's Jethro. No, Jethro Tull. Oh, that's Aqualung.
Aqualung.
Just stick a metal in a body part, and then you got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was wild listening to those guys.
Aluminum leg.
What else could we do?
Steel hands,
What other types of metal are there?
aluminum,
I already said that one. I took that
did
one.
you?
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
What? I'm serious. So like, what other?
have no idea. I think that's it.
Copper nails.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a good.
Oh, Jesus. You actually, you had the Underberg there?
What is that?
Oh, is that what it was called?
I think so.
Oh yeah,
Lunder or
so
under?
it was like
I'll post a
I
picture.
I didn't have it in me to finish
There'll be a
another
picture.
full beer because at this point we had like 3 full pizzas over the course of the day,
Blake's a quitter, dude.
and I had
It was a struggle there at
few
the end.
beers
I
in
was
me,
like,
I
can
was
we just
like-
get a taste test?
I was like-
just a slice. We'll split it.
my meter was full. Like the pizza was coming out of my throat. So there's these tiny little bottles up on the counter, and I was like, "What are those?" Because they look more manageable than a full beer. And
Oh, yeah. They look like little Tabasco bottles.
yeah, those baby Tabascos.
Yeah.
Tasted like that too. It was like it will clear your head right off. It's meant to be a palate cleanser. It's imported from Germany. It's like a shot. It's like 40% alcohol
Yeah.
by volume or whatever.
I can't stress enough. It's like this big, by the way.
Yeah, it's just a shot. And I don't know how to describe it really. I describe it in the video so you can watch that. But they could smell it on me as
I was
soon
gonna
as
say it smelled like a more herby Jaeger.
Like, yeah,
Yes.
that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah, Jägermeister for sure.
definitely a Jaeger. And then as soon as I did the shot and went, they're like, we can smell it on your breath, dude. Like,
oh yeah, the whole
closed.
table.
It was
whoa.
terrible. It's like just black licorice and
But
like
I interestingly want one. I was like, as soon as he had it, I was like, no, I don't want that. Maybe I'll try it. I could have one, maybe.
yeah.
it's supposed to help with digestion too. And
curiosity.
it did actually. It made me.
Is it
my
just
tummy
now
at ease.
kicking in today?
Yeah, I know.
No, I've been having a struggle today. I'm just gonna out myself. I've shit 5 times today.
That's a lot, dude. I don't know
It
where
was-
that's coming from.
I think it's because we ate like 3 pizzas and I gained 6 pounds on that
and
day.
he just held on to it until now. Because I was like,
I've been pretty constipated, honestly.
yeah, I was like, we were just out filming another on the go. That'll come out here soon. And it's like every time we turned our head, I was like, where'd Blake go? And he's just
Yeah.
gone again. I'm like,
It was all solid too.
the owners were starting to get worried, dude.
They kept giving me looks. They're like, "Are you doing coke in the bathroom?" Dude?
I'm sure they're probably
Are you
checking-
getting amped up for your 141 subscribers or what, dude?
He's like, whoa, I gotta film this corner.
Yeah, I usually do the walkthroughs. I was walking pretty fast.
Yeah, we're always scared to do that, to do the walkthroughs.
Well, he's good at it too,
Not
though. He
you.
does do a good
I
job.
try to get everyone's faces out of it.
Yeah, you do a great job.
Thanks.
I mean, I would never be as brave as you, as confident as you. Like,
Wow.
to just be like,
We'd get half a second of footage and you'd be like, "Nope."
100%. You would just get a quick, like,
It'd be your crotch most of the time.
yeah, totally. Just a collage. Just my cock in different places we go.
Jesus.
We were sitting out anywhere we go. We try to just pick a spot where we know people aren't going to be. You know, we pick a corner of the world that we're in at the moment. And it seems like it never really works out, does it?
No.
Like,
There's always somebody else that's going to show up.
yeah.
You know, you
What-
would hope.
Which is good for the business, I think. But then you're sitting there and you're trying, and like, what do they fucking care? Like, they don't even know what we're doing. You know, for all they assume, our mics are small. We got a phone set up that you might miss on first glance, but they're over there talking about finances. And I'm
Oh,
like,
you're talking about a heavy metal? Yeah.
yeah.
They were talking at a reasonable volume until we hit record. And they
Yes.
started fucking yelling.
Yeah, I would say it was hard too because it was like, it was a very cold day. And so everybody that was semi-intelligent was sitting inside where the heater was,
Yes.
on.
It was a cold
And
day.
they had the outside area open, but it's like they weren't probably expecting people to really sit out there.
No.
So naturally we went out there because we're trying to film and we wanted to, if we
Yeah.
can try to find an area that's, less volume from other people that would probably be beneficial.
Yeah.
Then these people come out and they were nice, but they came out, had no idea what was going on.
Fair enough.
Not that it matters. We shouldn't be impeding on their, trip, but
Nah.
it was difficult because then it was like just 2 people talking so loud as we're trying to film.
401k went up
Yeah.
$3,000.
I was like, I shouldn't know the intricate details about your finances. I don't even know your name.
I know. They were talking about like financial investing or something like that. We'll have to go through and look at the
you can
audio.
probably hear it.
You probably could. Yeah, I tried to put
you
music
might get
over
their
those.
their bank account number.
Yeah, you want some
listen
social
careful.
security. Look, for all of you that are interested out there, I want to see the view count go up. I don't care what you take out of our videos. So if you hear a social security number, that's on you, buddy.
We keep doing these outside filming, and I never bring a fucking jacket.
Yeah, you never do.
We gotta step that up.
Did you bring one today?
No, I've been freezing. Well, we were lucky this time because we had fire, but I think I got lucky at Lawless. I've been lucky at a few of them and very unlucky at other ones. Like,
Yeah.
you lent me your jacket one time because you were wearing a few layers, and that saved me at Lawless. But at Heavy Metal Brewing, I was shaking like a dog shitting peach sheets.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone was so done with the filming day at that point too. You know, I think we were all just like freezing out there and like very sadly sipping our beers and like I don't know.
Trying to get the film done as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So we can get back inside.
Yeah, exactly. Did you guys hear that In-N-Out is coming to Ridgefield?
I did, and I'm not actually excited for that.
No.
Because of the fucking traffic.
Yeah, exactly. They got those like 2 roundabouts, and I'm like, you guys are gonna put a Costco over there, and then you're gonna put an In-N-Out over there.
I'm not
too?
going to be able to get home.
To Ridgefield?
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be backed up that far.
Oh, yeah.
People coming from north and south.
Yes.
When they put that In-N-Out in Kaiser near Salem,
Oh, it fucked that area up.
for months.
Yeah.
I mean, the vegetables are fresh. Don't get me wrong. I love In-N-Out.
And their fries are so fucking
They're
good.
so fucking good. I'm not downplaying their quality. It's very inconvenient.
I just hate the crowd.
Especially when I am hungry and I want the idea of In-N-Out and then I have to wait fucking 2.5 hours in line.
I'll never do that. I've been to In-N-Out twice and I've never eaten there.
Yeah. Oops. Never started that. Who knows where we're at, boys? Yeah, dude, I love a good In-N-Out. I really do. Like, pretty much whenever I can get it, I will because it's so far out. But I am a little worried that, like, this is going to be too close to my house. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
100% going to be too close to where you guys live.
yeah. And then, God forbid, if I, like, show up to the In-N-Out drive-through and it's full, I know I'm just going to go to Costco and get pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Costco dog?
yeah, or Costco dog or whatever. I'm like,
I love the Costco berry shakes.
yeah, I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah, my mom used to get them.
I get their Polish dog like every time I go.
Oh, yeah? I think they took that off the menu.
I don't know. It was when I was younger, but I loved
Oh.
it. That's when I found my my love for sauerkraut too. I was like,
Oh,
hell
yeah, sure.
Polish dog, sauerkraut,
Those
shit
are
ton
good.
of mustard.
How do you feel about the chicken bake?
Never had it.
No. You ever had one?
Chicken bake?
Yeah, it's like a chicken calzone. Like, not pizza, but like...
No, I haven't had that.
I mean, that sounds excellent, but never had it.
It's so good. It is so good.
I think we've probably talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm a sucker for the sample ladies.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm not a big sample guy.
I was like, I've never flirted so much in my
we've
life.
talked about this.
With 60-year-olds.
I should say sample people. They're not old ladies, but they used to be.
You know, the one I did used to love was the Zip Fizz one. You guys remember that?
No, what's that?
Dude, what
Like the little
fuck?
zip candies.
Do you guys even go to Costco? Zip Fizz? No, Zip Fizz is like, it's like a tube with like powder in it, but it's like an energy drink. You just put it in water and it's fizzes.
I see the concept. I don't know.
The only thing I've done like that was like an Airborne when I was sick, and those taste like
Yeah,
shit.
it's like that, and it tastes about the same.
Really?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
But as I was walking through Costco as a kid with my parents, I was always like, I gotta get that. I gotta get Zip Fizz.
I'll zip that
And they're like, Jesus, no.
crack for Dylan.
Yeah, they're like, get him out of here, dude. Yeah, so that's gonna fuck Ridgefield up like heavy. I'm almost positive.
It'll be good in like 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, well,
Even then,
maybe.
They're gonna have to figure something else out. I think with the roads. I don't even know how they do
dude,
that.
can you imagine
Yeah.
Old Town Ridgefield? I think it's in a different area than Ridgefield.
like, another
Just
exit
imagine,
Yeah, honestly.
imagine that in your brain. It being backed up from Old Town Ridgefield, like
Which
maybe
is
even to Kalama.
4 miles away.
Kalama and like down to fucking Hazeldale, I bet.
Yeah, Old Town Ridgefield. Are you talking about downtown Ridgefield?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like 4 miles from where they're gonna put it.
I'm just having nightmares.
I know. Well, it is going to be that
I'm gonna
bad.
be like trying to get to work and I'm not gonna be able to get to the freeway.
Do you think
Yeah.
that our current Costco though is going to be like way easier to get in and out
No.
of once the new one opens?
On Patton Parkway.
I think when they add, it's like when they try to add a lane on a highway. It's like it never goes the way that they think it's going to go. It just means you're going to get more traffic. Like
I wish they would add another lane to that highway.
it never works. Adding a lane doesn't work. I think they've proven it a million times now with like engineers or whatever. I don't know, but
Roundabouts on the freeway, people drifting 75 miles an hour.
but just like
The
ones
exit's
that
there, the exit's there.
they should just put roundabouts that just like pop up in the middle of the thing. Like
Yeah.
just you never know.
It's a portal.
Caught you slacking.
It's a ramp. You just fucking take off.
It's just a steel wall for like covering 3 lanes, so you have to get into these 2, and it just pops up, and it's like this is. You want to make it home?
It's like fucking Harry Potter 9 3/4, except sometimes it doesn't work, so you just smash it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to drink and drive? Like, how quick do you think your reaction time really is, buddy?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
I don't know how we got there, but tell us about that one.
Yeah, so after we filmed at Heavy Metal Brewing, I guess the food wasn't over in my day because Haley's dad, it's my girlfriend, Haley's dad always like makes us food and we go over and pick it up. Haley was busy, so I went over by myself, and the pie wasn't done. He gave us some soup and 2 apple pies. No, he made 2 apple pies. We only took 1.
Okay. All right.
It's a lot of details.
How were they?
The pies were excellent.
How long did it take you to drive there?
You want some other details?
Yeah, dude.
How many lights did you hit on your way?
What'd you and Haley talk about on the way over?
And she wasn't there. I went by myself. That's why this is going to be funny.
Okay. All right.
So the pies weren't done, and we were waiting for them to get out of the oven. And so he's like, you want to watch the show that I'm watching? So we sit down on the couch together. And have you guys seen Warrior? It just came out?
No.
Okay, it's about...
Wait, sorry. I was doing something. So Haley wasn't even there.
No.
So it's just
It's
you
just
going
me,
over to dad's.
me and her dad, and we're waiting for the pie to be done. Soup's already done. Because I'm getting food to go so I can take it back to Haley. Because he always makes stuff for us, and we go get it, and then we eat it.
What happens after you eat it?
What do you guys have to drink while you eat that?
He actually gave us San Pellegrinos, so
Okay.
that was nice.
Now, what flavor?
Black cherry, I think. No, blood orange, probably. But he doesn't drink, so he always has nice non-alcoholic sparkling
Dude, you
water.
tell a story like old people fuck. What is happening, dude? What is happening right
Normally
now?
a good storyteller, just giving too many details. I don't know if you can tell we're
I've
stretching
never heard
for
of
time.
a joke getting funnier by adding more details to
Oh
it.
my God, dude.
He's like, well, it's got to be funny, so I need to tell him what temperature my car was when I was driving
Dude,
over.
this building is not tall enough for the rest of the story.
So the show we're watching is called Warrior, and it's about like Chinese culture in the 1800s in, I want to say San Francisco or something. It's talking about like mainland China.
What the fuck, dude?
There's a whole storyline. Oh my God. I can't do it.
Do you fuck her dad or not, dude?
Right. This isn't even funny. Tearing up. I can't do it. They start banging on screen, and her dad just turns to me and goes, "They're really going at it, aren't they?" And we just look at each other and then start watching it together, and it's like a long sex scene, and we're just like smiling and enjoying it more than we should.
Did he just turn on some softcore porn and hand you apple pie?
Yeah. He's like, the pies are almost done. Come have a seat.
There's no utensils. He fed it to me by his hands. He's like, "Isn't that warm in your mouth?" I'm sucking on his finger like a baby on the pacifier.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, dude. The buildup was almost worth it.
So yeah, I want to know you guys' thoughts on like what age you guys started watching sex scenes with your parents, and when does it become comfortable, and when?
I don't think it ever becomes
It
comfortable.
never becomes comfortable.
I don't think
that's
that,
the worst.
For one, I don't think it ever should become comfortable for you to watch sex scees with your girlfriend's
Yeah,
dad.
but the thing is, like, the reason I was so intrigued by it and I wanted to talk about it in the podcast because it just felt right. Like I wasn't like
You smell the pie in the oven. You're like,
I don't know. It was just like I was like I know that him and I are gonna get along, so we can do this and it's not awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you're being
I was
groomed.
gonna say, let me tell you what, it's awkward for everybody else around
There
you.
was a couch there. Oh my god! But yeah, it's weird when I do that with my family too, like with my parents, because I know it's the only time my dad sees tits. So besides my mom, besides my mom, you know,
Dude, what the fuck?
I'm delusional. I'm losing it.
That's the old. No, I'm not even going to give you that. I'm not even doing it. It never becomes comfortable. I remember I was
Oh my god!
I was like 21 or 22 or something like that, living with I had to move back in with my mom and my stepdad, and they were watching like Game of Thrones. So I would come down. I'm an adult, and like they were watching Game of Thrones, you know? So I would just catch bits and pieces of it. And so I would like, you know, our couches are set up so that you walk down the stairs and then the couches are there and the TV's over here. And then behind that is the kitchen. So I would walk into the kitchen and then a sex scene would start. And I would just be stuck there until the sex scene was over, you know? Because I was like, I'm not breaking whatever weird shit is going on the screen. Like, I don't know. It's never comfortable at all. Like,
That was very nice of you to give that to your parents. Like, I'm not gonna interrupt this for you guys. I'll stand in the back and
That's what I'm
watch it with
saying.
you guys.
That's what I was saying about my
I'll
family.
just watch.
Let them-
Yeah, like, it's okay. I'm just back here.
You just don't want to be in front of the screen and then have them associate you with the image.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's just like it was too awkward to like move, you know. So,
Yeah.
so I'm just huddled back in the kitchen, like I don't really want to be here. I don't know what to do with my hands.
My parents used to fast forward through it, or they would say, "Kids, cover your eyes and your ears." And then they'd watch it while we would be in the dark.
I do remember actually. You ever seen Burn After Reading?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's with like I want to say Matt Damon and George Clooney and whatever. So George Clooney, he goes on this whole thing. I don't remember the whole thing, but they were my dad and stepmom were.
Brad Pitt in it too. It's got like everybody.
Yeah, it's got a ton of people. So they were basically like, you know, George Clooney's doing this thing, and then all of a sudden, whatever, there was like this sex chair or something like that, where like it rocks back and forth, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I went over to my dad and stepmom's house, and they were like, "Oh, it's family movie night," and I was probably 14 or something. Which I had obviously seen what we were watching. You know what I mean? Like I had seen enough of the internet to know what was going on here. So, but they're like, it's movie night. Let's watch this movie, which I don't know who picks Burn After Reading. Like, no, not even like a little ancillary research. They just were like, Burn After Reading, here we go. So we were all sitting down, we're watching that. And then all of a sudden it was like, that scene comes on. And then all of a sudden people are fighting each other to get to the remote, you know?
Dude, I feel like that's how it was. Like when we were younger, I feel like I
Yeah.
remember so many times of like, because we'd go and we'd all like rent some movies as a family at the movie rental place. And then like, you know, we'd get home, put it on. And then there was like, one of the parents was like, oh no, we're turning it off.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like without fail, probably every few movies we'd watch, we're like, no, not this one. We're going to fast forward.
Yeah, totally. That's always uncomfortable, dude. That is awful. That's the worst. So I went and did my second stand-up set. I think I mentioned it before, but I went and I did my second stand-up set. You guys were not available to come to that one. Or at least you got there right after I went
Showed
on.
up after you
Yeah,
did your thing.
which was fair because I went on first this time, as opposed to going on second to last.
Yeah, when he talked to you, I was expecting him to move you like middle. I wasn't expecting him to
Yeah.
throw you on first.
Yeah.
That's a rough spot to be in.
Dude,
I mean, you have to be so strong in your material to go on first, I feel like. And I was trying out new material. And I was like, fuck me. Which I'm so grateful to like Juan Duran.
I feel like it should be Wander On because it rhymes, but everyone else kept saying Wanderan.
Yeah, you can find him on Instagram, Wanderan, or Underbar Vancouver. I'm so grateful to him, and I'm so grateful to the Underbar for even letting me go up. But I've just had an interesting 2 experiences, like on the lineup, which is randomized, by the way. So there's no one's really controlling that. They're just like, this is your spot, here you go. So yeah, I end up going up first, and I do my set, and I can, as soon as I started on my set, I know it's not going well. Like, what's funny is that like you prepare material for like a week, 2 weeks or whatever, and the whole time you're doing it, you're like, okay, it's not strong enough. It's not strong enough. It's not funny. It's not that funny. It's not that good. And then you get it to a point where like you just lie to yourself and you're like, this is good. This is totally fine. I got to that point, and then like 10 minutes before I was supposed to go up and do my set, I was like, this is not going to be fucking good. Like, it's just not. I know it's not. I think I've been lying to myself for 2 weeks. Like, this is terrible. And so I sit back. I was sitting back where the comics sit, and I'm going through my set, and I'm like about to have a panic attack, which I've never had a panic attack. I don't think I was really going to have one, but I was very concerned about it. And so I know it's not good. So I go up there, and there's this table sitting in the back, and they are just awful. Like, not to me, because they didn't have enough alcohol in them to be the worst people I've ever met yet. But didn't matter because they didn't laugh at any of my stuff. So they were already not batting 1,000 for me. Anyway, so I totally bomb on that set. You can check it out on our Patreon if you really want to watch it and subject yourself to that. But then as the night went on, that table became the worst table I've ever seen. And I've been to a couple stand-up comedy shows. Like,
It's rough.
it was rough, dude. Like, you ended up showing up right after my set. And
So the whole night except for you, basically.
yes, which was okay. Totally understandable. You thought I was mad at you?
I did. I walked in and he wouldn't look at me because I think you were like embarrassed or something.
Yeah,
with how it went.
I couldn't look at you because I could only look at my White Claw.
Yeah,
from
he was
the
only
rest of
looking
the
at his
night.
White Claw, and I sit down like kind of next to him because the tables weren't connected yet. And I was like, am I not supposed to be here?
I was trying to hide my tears, bro. Trying to refill my claw.
Thought someone died.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that table ended up being fucking awful. Like, do you remember that? I want to say his name is Ikes. He went up there. He did his set, and he immediately, like, he knew what the fuck was going on, and he's a like professional. Like, he's been doing stand up, I think, for a long time. He knew what the fuck was going on, and so he calls these guys out, and he's like, "What, are you guys not having a good time back there, or whatever?" And they were just like, "No, we're fucking bored." And he's like, "Yeah, I get it. Me too." Like, just handled it like a pro. But yeah, that was rough, dude. Immediately after that set, we all went to the bar, like real close by. I won't say which one because I don't want to burn it. I want to keep doing this. But
Oh yeah, especially with what you're about to say.
yeah, I've decided that every time I bomb a set, I'm going to go take it out on a bartender. So we get our beers. We're with our girlfriends. You know, we're just getting another beer, hanging out. And so they have touch tunes on the wall. So what I end up doing, and I know that this is someone's bit. I can't remember the guy's name.
It's John Mulaney.
John Mulaney, yeah.
Does it with What's New, Pussycat.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So he's got a whole bit about it, but I did it. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. But so we get there, we get our drinks and whatever, and we're sitting around. And I'm just like, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to Haley, I'm talking to Jaden, having a good time, roughly. Externally, I'm having a good time, maybe. On the inside, I am pissed, and I'm like 15 years old mentally on the inside. So I download Touch Tunes, and I drop like $40 into my account, and I just played I'm a Barbie Girl on repeat for, I think, the better part of an hour. And that bartender, I think, like, she just didn't notice it was happening for the first 3 or 4 times. And then the 5th or 6th time came on, and she was like, "Who the fuck is playing I'm a Barbie Girl?" And they have like this master remote that they can switch it over.
Yeah.
So I gave her one. I gave her a song, So she skips it to the next song, whatever it was, and I let most of that song go. And then I fast passed my way onto another I'm a Barbie girl. And like watching this like, older than me woman lose her fucking mind on a Monday night.
Monday night, yeah. She's already not stoked to be there.
No, dude, she's pissed. Oh my God. It was like sweet justice. Somehow.
Except she didn't do anything wrong.
She did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all. You bombed, and so you decided to divert your energy to pissing somebody else off.
It's funny because sometimes when it comes back around, it slaps again.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure I'm going to bomb my next set, too.
It's funny. At one point, we were talking about fucking vegetarianism for the better part of 20 minutes. And it was just a conversation that was going on too long. And I think at one point, like, we all bought each other a round of drinks, and there was 4 of us, so we're all on our 4th drink. And I can just tell that my girlfriend Haley is like, she gets more and more comfortable and long-winded the more she drinks. So she was talking about vegetarianism and this cute date that we had, and then I just looked at her White Claw and was like, I wonder how much left is in that and how much more we're in for with this story. So I like in the middle of her sentence pick up her White Claw and I was like, it's fucking full. Damn it.
We got another 45 minutes of this one story. It's funny that you did that because I do that all the time to Jaden. Like when we're alone, like if we're just
called it out.
Yeah, if we're just getting a beer somewhere and she's like just going on about a story or whatever it is. Like too many details, like what you just did before.
Yeah, exactly. I do the same thing. Like nothing against it because we're the same. That's why we're perfect for each other.
Yeah, but you just pick it up. You can just go. All right.
You're like, it's such a guy thing, dude.
Yeah, it is though, right? Do you do that to Emily?
It's kind of the opposite. I feel like I'm the one that doesn't shut up when I start drinking. And she's like, that's enough from you.
Stop. Just
like,
stop.
I've heard it all. I don't need to hear you recite this song.
Yeah.
Haley was being so sweet that I did feel a little bad because I just didn't understand her point for a long time. But then I finally got it. I was like, oh, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. That was... Yeah, we did get onto that. I think we were talking about an episode that we did. We were talking about how South Korea is going to ban dog meat. Is that how that got started?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah.
It was something.
It was something like that.
And then she brought out this book that she was reading, or she had read at some point. And she was talking about this guy who's like on both sides of the spectrum
43
of meat eating and not meat eating.
It's almost perfect.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't remember what her point was, but it was a valid point.
I don't remember what it was either. Again, this was like the 4th round. And like 4th round at that bar.
And I will say, I think we were fooling ourselves on how fucked up we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, because I had 2 or 3 claws after my set. So I was probably on like 6 or 7 claws.
Dylan was on an absolute mission to forget that night.
Yeah, I was.
We woke up the next morning and she's like, I'm not drinking for a while. I'm taking a break.
That happens every single time. I will come home to that because we had a little bit of a. We've done so good with like not drinking heavy or like and only drinking like on the weekends and stuff. And Emmy's like super good about it. Like she really is. Last night we went out and she actually kind of had a good time. Yeah, she had a few drinks more than she like normally would. She was totally fine, but she gets like terrible anxiety the next day and like has a terrible hangover. And every time she drinks just a little bit like that, she's like, I'm not drinking anymore. And then she won't. She will take it off for like a good while, which means I get to take it off too. So I'm like, my drinking career might be over for another month or so too.
Oh, good. Well,
Was it better this time or not?
Huh?
Was it better this time? Because Haley gets the same thing.
No, she told me already. She's like, during, she had the open house, she's like, I have anxiety. And I was like, damn it, I'm sorry.
That is the worst, dude. Especially, I feel like it's way worse if I'm not doing anything. Like if I'm at home and I'm just hanging out, it's awful. Like I'll think about everything I said the night before, trying to figure out whether or not I said something confrontational or aggressive or like, does this person hate me now that I've said what I said? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When, I wouldn't say most of the time, a lot of the time, none of that even happened. We were just talking about vegetarianism or whatever, Anyway, that's our episode. Check out our Patreon. We have stickers for sale at thecoldslice@gmail.com. Definitely check out Heavy Metal Brewing and Ghost Runners Brewing. Check those videos out. There's also Brothers Cascadia, which includes Les Wa, Cajun food, and Hotbox Wood-Fired Pizza. We love all of those places that we just listed. Like I said, we have separate YouTube videos for the listener. Check them out on our YouTube page. Thanks for watching The Cold Slice.